going to do, this is kind of the final application. We're going to put a little bit of paint thinner on the top of this Van Dyke. I'm going to take my dirty old rag here, just clean off the the general excess. I used white on this before. Once again, it doesn't matter if you got, this is not a perfectly pure process. So if you use a used rag that doesn't have or isn't totally clean, or used brush that isn't totally clean, it's not a problem. The other thing that I want to talk about is basically if you have like a board that's like the big white board is mostly gray, the next time you can do this board much darker. And if we're notice if this board's mostly darker, you can take the next time you do it, you take the small boards and you make them lighter. So now with the black, I'm just going to put this just in a couple of knotty areas and take my brush and soften them out. Let's say that, man, this is a really big knot. And then the other thing that we like to do, I don't know if I've got enough paint thinner on this. And I think the other Van Dyke color is a little bit blacker, and it has a tendency to work a little bit better because it's really not a solid. But the other thing you do is you take your brush like this. Well, I gotta get more paint thinner on it or something. And we should be able to flick this on there. Just leave little paint splatters. And the other thing you can do, that'll soften a little bit, but you can also drag it back and forth. You can take this brush and just put little pieces, little stipple areas like that, and then soften it. And that gives you your aging marks, the old marks that look like it might be an old water spotter. Maybe where a nail, let's say that there was an old hole there or a nail there. That's the other thing you can do. You can take a big heavy painted nail. We welded ours to an axe, and you can put those nail holes in there, and they will, and then you can target those areas to make it look like a nail hole. I got to get some more paint thinner in this thing.
You should make a long straight line.
Okay. This Van Dyke doesn't work quite as well as the other.
Yeah.
It's just not like the other. How come my paint thinner isn't? There we go. A little bit better. Now you're just going to take your dry brush and brush over those splatters just to soften them just a little bit. You don't want to have them really hard splatters on there. You can leave some of the hard splatters on there, but for the most part we want to soften them. I'm just going to soften those just a little bit. And then the other thing that we're going to still do, we're going to touch these areas where we want the black. And the other thing that we have a tendency to do is a real long long striations of the black as well. I'm going to put one right down this big board. Drag it back up through the white. We'll do another one. Do a couple of little black areas here. Soften them a little bit. The other thing we didn't address is the edges. Obviously, on these board and bats, you want to make sure that you're getting the edges done with something rather than just no finish or no paint at all. I think I want a little bit of black right down this edge here. Oh wow. Maybe that knot and this knot. A little bit darker. And that's that. All right. Nice. Beautiful. Like it. You're always looking, you're always thinking, okay, maybe I should do a little bit more here, a little bit more there. And as you do more and more of it, you'll get the hang of it even better. But that's basically the techniques and the colors that you'll need. Remember, the key is wet on wet, using the paint thinner first and having all the colors kind of blend together.